waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in.
Hi guys, welcome back on the channel. You're welcome back on my channel, guys. If you're a new subscriber here, I know that I've had a lot of new subscribers in recent times, and I just want to say welcome to the channel. I hope you're finding the information that you need here relevant for you, and we're so glad to have you. And for my OGs, hey, it's because of you guys that I'm always here making these videos, right? So just like the title of this video says, life update. Well, I haven't really been very consistent here on YouTube, and guys, life has been lifey. Life has just been doing its thing, and I've just been in the process. But there's been some milestones that I want to share with you guys, and I just feel like I can't do my regular vlogs if I don't come here and sit down. Guys, I'm actually making this video in real time, and I'm so excited. Like, I am so excited that finally I can sit down here in real time, make videos, and you guys will be able to watch in real time, right? So it's spring right now. Everywhere is just calling. The outside is just calling, and we are going to outside this summer. And of course, I'll take you guys along. It was a really short winter. You know, this year's winter was a really short winter, and now we're currently in spring, and well, not a lot is happening so far, just regular stuff, but I have a few outings here and there planned for myself and the kids as well, so I'm gonna definitely take you guys along. But what exactly has been happening? Where have I been? Why have I not been consistent? What is going on, guys? Just a lot, right? So there's been a lot happening. First of all, drum roll. Guys, we officially just clocked 3 years in Canada. Keep the drum roll. Matter of fact, by the time you're watching this video, I will be officially 3 years here. This is about the same time that I landed Calgary. I landed Calgary 3 years ago, May 26th, guys, and it is officially 3 years. And I cannot thank God enough for his faithfulness to me, for his faithfulness to my family, for his faithfulness to my, you know, he's just been there every step of the way. I cannot take the glory for what has been happening, for all the favor, keeping us, granting us good health, far away from home, away from family, away from loved ones. For someone like me who migrated here with no one, right? I don't have any family here. I don't have any friends per se here, like people that I'd known before. Coming in here, totally a stranger, and making it work for myself, making it work for my children. I see the hand of God everywhere, and I just want to share with you guys that we just clocked 3 years, and how has the journey been so far? Oh my God. It has not been easy. And my heart goes out to new immigrants who have to do exactly the same thing that I did. Leave home, leave your careers, leave your job, leave your comforts, and come out here into the Wild West and make it work for yourself and your children. The land will favor you and you will be blessed. The things that help me on this journey are resilience, getting information, trying new things, saying no to fear, and just being courageous. You really have to be courageous, you know. It's not an easy journey. If I were to advise my younger self 3 years ago, when I came here with so much hope and so much, I would just be like, baby girl. But I would tell myself, would be like, baby girl, the next 3 years of your life are going to be rough, but God has got you. You know, I was not prepared for how rough it was going to be for me personally, but we thank God. We thank God. We glorify God. We thank God for his faithfulness and his goodness and his mercies and his grace sustained me. Well, it's been a journey. It's what I can say. I have been stretched to different directions, but I've grown through it all, and the favor of God has not left me. Even in times when it seemed like, leaving my home, I prided myself on being mentally very strong, and I am very mentally strong, but I was not prepared. Even when I used to watch videos back then when people say, oh, the life here is very lonely, blah, blah, blah. I'm an introvert. So I could not really understand. Well, I could understand, but I couldn't really, I couldn't really see myself in that position because I thrive in solitude. I thrive in my space. I thrive in quietness. I thrive in being able to think, mentally assess situations, and find myself. Even if you think you're an introvert, when you come here, hey, loneliness will show you shege. I was lonely. I was isolated. I was in solitude. I went through a lot of journey on my own. I went through a lot of hard times on my own with no one else but trusting God. I just want to thank everyone who was there for me through the lowest parts of my life. And the people I can think of, my sister Agatha, my parents, my siblings, my friends, Debbie, Roshni, Mfon, Emmanuel, the people who held my hand, the people who were here before me and held my hand and said, this land will favor you. Another thing that worked for me, I think, was always prophesying positively. No matter how hard this land knocked me down, not once did I say I regretted coming here. Not once did I declare that this land will not favor me. I always declared to the land that I will succeed and I will prosper. All I can say is God is faithful, people. God is truly faithful. Yes, so the second update that I want to give, as you can see from my surroundings, because let's not ignore the elephants in the room. You can see my surroundings, guys. We moved. Okay, so we moved from our 2-bedroom to a 3-bedroom apartment here. So we moved to a different apartment, guys. And I've been so busy decorating, and I love interior decoration. Forget, I love it. People will say, oh, it's so stressful, unboxing things, putting things together. I enjoyed every moment of it. Why? Because for 3 years, I lived in an apartment where it was it was already furnished, and I didn't really have a chance to make things the way I wanted to. I had to just make do with what my landlady had already done in the space, right? She had done a lot of things in the space, and it wasn't feasible for me to use my money to start trying to arrange things in that apartment. So I just left it, right? But now, moving to my new space, I have an opportunity to make things exactly the way I want it to be. And I love it. I've just been going through the motions, going to stores, buying what I like, imagining it how I want it to be. And I want us together to make memories in this new space, guys. Like, I want to be able to create videos for you in this new space and have you see what I've done with the place, and I don't know, I need tips for some things because some parts of the house or some parts of the apartment has been already done, but I want to be able to get your opinion on some parts. So we're going to go through putting some parts together, and I'm so excited to be able to show you guys what I've been able to do with the space so far. Another update. So for my children, it's really been a big transition for a while now. So when I came to Calgary 3 years ago, I came in here with a 3-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 12-year-old. And guys, these kids are now 16. Oh, a 13-year-old. So Jenna was 13 when we came. now I have an almost 16-year-old, 6-year-old, and guys, there's been a lot of transition. So Eliana went through preschool, kindergarten, and she's now in grade 1. And it was such a big transition for them. Like, even though Eliana had been here in her preschool and kindergarten, she still struggled to fit into grade 1, right? And I just had to be there for her. And I thank God that at that phase of her life, I had time. I wasn't busy. I was in between work. So I had the time, to be able to go with her through the bullying, through the new space, new curriculum, a hardened curriculum. She wasn't used to doing that much schoolwork, and it wasn't just easy. But I thank God that I had the time, And then my daughter, Jaina, was also going through this big transition where she had to change school. She's now in high school, grade 1. Woo, I'm a high school mom. I can't believe it. Yeah, so she went through this phase where it was just a lot more work for her, I don't know how to explain it, but if you're a mom and you're watching and your child is in high school, you know what I'm talking about. Guys, it doesn't get any easier for these kids. Matter of fact, if you want to know stress here, like, watch these kids in high school. It is so stressful for them. And I didn't realize until much later the impact that it had on me, because I always had my older daughter helping me out with chores and being able to just help me do some stuff. Right now, my daughter doesn't have time. She's always doing homework, and there are a lot of things that she has to do. Like, she has to do like internship. Like, she already has started doing like work placement and all of that. Guys, the system here prepares these kids even before they get into university. They give them so many opportunities to have real life work experience that they can put on their CV, so that by the time they present their resume after school, most of them can even get a job immediately after university because they already have experience, right? So Jenna has been doing work placement. She's been doing a lot of assignments. Last year, was it last year? Yeah, last year, she needed my support to be able to take part in a program like a business club where she collaborated with Atco. I don't know if you know the company Atco, but Atco had this program where kids join that program, and while they're in that program, they are taught different things about businesses, how to start a business plan, how to come up with a business idea, and how to pitch it, how to market it. And they actually went ahead to create a product. They created a product, they created a website, and they went on the website and they sold their product. They actually had a team that went to different departmental stores and they tried to sell their products. And at the end of the day, when they finished this program, they got together the sales that they had made from their product and they shared it amongst themselves. And it was such a truly enlightening program for Jane. Now, she learned so much. Now she's like, Mommy, I can help you with your business plans. I can help you, come up with a business plan for your businesses. And that's just awesome. So a lot of activities. And I had to be present for my kids at that time, driving Jaina back and forth for the meetings, picking her up, staying back late whenever she had like a program, having to do like investigation or research for work placement and job placement, getting her tutors to help her with subjects that she was struggling with. And it's really been like, I didn't understand the impact that it had on me until I realized at some point that I was literally doing a lot of things on my own. And burnout is real, right? And I'm just glad because Jada is done with that program now. And my kids are settling in so well. Eliana is starting a program at Kumon. And apart from the time that it takes me to take her there and study with her, she's doing so much better in academics. And Jaina is also doing so much better in academics. So I just had a kind of rough spot, even though that hasn't changed because my kids are still actively in these programs and I have to take them and bring them back. They have a lot of after school programs, but God has been faithful. And hence the reason why I haven't really been that present. Because if I had to choose between YouTube and showing up for my kids, of course I'm going to show up for my kids. So I have been posting, but not as regularly, and finding the time has been a problem. So still striving for some kind of balance, guys. So bear with me on this journey as I try to find this balance, right? So another thing I want to talk about is homesickness, guys. And that's another reason why I'm actually grateful for clocking 3 years, because it means that now I can travel without restrictions. I can just take my kids and just go without having to think about putting in my time here. Because if you don't know, when you come in here, you see that a lot of people don't really travel when they first land. And that is because you're just trying to add up your time. Because for you to be able to qualify as a Canadian citizen, you have to have spent I think the minimum is 3 years here. So you just see that in that 3 years, no one travels. Everybody's just trying to stay put, make up the time, and then after you've made up the time and you want to apply for your citizenship, then you can begin to explore Calgary, you can begin to explore Canada, you can begin to explore other neighboring countries. You can go to the vacations that you've always wanted to go, but you didn't want to because you had to mark that time in, right? So that's just been it. And I've been getting really homesick. I've missed my parents, I've missed my friends, but having it be 3 years now and being able to at least travel, now I can visit people. Now I can just go and, take my kids and just go see friends that I haven't seen in a long time. My best friend relocated to the UK, I think last year, and I haven't been able to see her. Like, I haven't seen her in 3 years, and I really do want to, see her. And my parents, I haven't seen them in 3 years. So sometimes the homesickness just hits you. Like, you could just be fine, and 1 minute you're just thinking about family and thinking about how your life was before you came here. And it's a lot. So struggling with homesickness and struggling through it all, guys. One other thing I'm going to do is bring my kids on here to talk about their experiences. Jenna can remember almost all of her life back in Nigeria before she came here, but Eliana can barely remember anything. And I'm just going to bring them on here to talk about how much they like Canada and what they feel like their life was before they came here and what it is now, and maybe advice as to how I could have done the transition for them better. Because I feel like I did quite a bit to help them transition, but maybe I didn't. So we'll be hearing from them if they feel like I did enough for their transition when they came here, right? And we could all learn from them. Another thing here is actually finding your community, and that was really hard. Finding your community. And when I mean finding your community, I mean like finding the people that are there for you, finding your own tribe, finding people that you can count on, finding people that you can rely on. I've met a lot of people. I'm a YouTuber. Come on. I've met a lot of people, but I think at some point I was at a phase in my life where I couldn't really socialize. And I'll come to that at some point in this channel. I couldn't really socialize. And I was actually going through a lot at that point. And a lot of people were coming into Calgary at that time, trying to reach out to me. And I couldn't really socialize. I was kind of like in a bubble, going through some challenges that I had. But now I'm able to socialize. I'm able to meet people. And one of the things that I did when I came out of that period of silence, that period of solitude with God, was to pray for my tribe, to pray for my friends, to pray for my people, to pray for my own person, right? And it was really hard because for an introvert like me who doesn't go out, with the weather in Canada, where it's winter, nobody really goes out, nobody really does anything, meeting people and fostering that deep connection was hard, right? But I made a promise to myself to always pray about it. So I prayed about it. And when I prayed about it, I just left it to God. And opportunities opened up for me to meet people. I went to school here. I met people. Matter of fact, I was the only African, no, I was the only Nigerian in my class, and I met quite a lot of people from other countries. And I made some friends. I made friends from India, I made friends from Eritrea, really great people who have been my buddies even till now, right? And I've participated more in church and been able to meet a lot more Nigerian ladies who today have been my friends. And of course, I have my YouTube community that have been my friends from day one. People like, shout out Rachel, people like Debbie, they've just been like my support system while I've been here. And I have been able to find like my little niche, my little community. And I'm more than grateful, because there was a time when I felt really alone, really, really alone, but we thank God, right? Another thing that I have been doing that I want to let you guys know is I've been exploring Calgary. I've just been exploring what there is. I haven't really been outside of Calgary, but within Calgary, parks, programs for kids, programs for mothers, fun things to do, fun places to go. I visited the zoo with my kids, and we want to go again because that place is huge, guys. Honestly, if you're going to the zoo, you can't finish, like you cannot explore that place in one day, right? You have to go back again. So we didn't explore everywhere, and we're hoping to go back this summer and explore. We also want to go to Banff by the grace of God. Like, I'm just open to soaking in everything and exploring and having the best time, the best of everything, right? With friends I've made, right? I've made new friends, so being able to do stuff with people and with our kids is a lot more fun now. So that's something I'm looking forward to. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Life has really been shifting. Things have been changing. I've lost relationships. I've gained relationships. I've lost things. I've gained a lot of things. A lot has shifted in perspective, but I am so glad and so proud of the woman that I am today, owning my own and making it work for myself and my kids. And I've really missed being here, connecting with you guys, but I'm back now. And let's make this YouTube thing work, right? You guys should just bear with me. There are a lot of transitions that I'm going through, and a lot of changes and new things coming up. So every time I show up on your channel, believe me, it takes a lot of effort with everything I have going on to put out that video. And I really need your support, guys. So let's make this YouTube thing work for me, for you, and let's connect on a deeper level. If you have something to tell me, if you came to Calgary about the same time that I did, what has your experience been like? Are you up to 3 years here? I would really like to meet people who are officially 3 years here in Calgary, and I would like them to share their experience. So if you've been here that long, or maybe you're getting there, you're not exactly at 3 years, but you're almost there, let me know what it's been like for you. Write it in the comment section. Let's connect. Let's share our experiences. People are reading our comments, guys, and they're learning. So whatever it is that you feel like you want to share, whatever it feels like you would want someone to know when they're coming here, put it in the comments section. Let's encourage people. Let's share ideas. Let's motivate. Let's lift up, and let's make other people thrive, right? I'll be ending this video here, but I hope that it's been worth it for you as it's been for me. And I'm so glad that I've been able to connect with you guys. I love you and I miss you all. Until my next video, I'll be rooting for you, and stay blessed and God bless you. All right? Bye, guys. Mwah.